Hey 143 fam, we're going to take a look at your August horoscopes here. For those of you interested in my giveaway this month, I'm going to be choosing two winners for a free reading. If you'd like to be considered, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below your video, and I will notify winners at the very end of the month. For an additional shot to win, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Tony Nielsen Official. All of my contact information is in the box below. All right, fam, let's jump into it and see what's in store for the month ahead. Hey, Capricorn. This reading is for Capricorn's Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to take a look at your general overview first, then love. I'll have timestamps down below. Capricorn, general overview, August 2020. Capricorn, general overview, August 2020. I'm hearing elements of fate. It's almost like the universe just like sprinkling just little bits of fate all over you this month in August. Elements of fate. That feels to me like some fated partners and opportunities showing up. Knowing that certain situations, intense situations, things that maybe feel coincidental to other people, knowing that it's fate, knowing that you are in divine flow, knowing that those are moments that Spirit is trying to grab your attention to speak a message to you. Elements of fate. Beautiful fated month ahead. Capricorn. I love this energy for you. It feels intense. Spirit's almost saying like red hot. Someone may be a little too grounded. Someone may be a little angry or easily frustrated. But if you can balance that energy with the spiritual, okay? Balance the grounded with the spiritual realm, with a little bit of air. Get a little bit of fresh air. These elements of fate will come in a little quicker for you. Go for it. There are dreams. Spirit's saying there are dreams that you've put on hold that you cannot put on hold anymore. Your challenge is see only love. If something either didn't work out or you have fear that something's not going to work out, and so that could be why you've postponed it. No putting dreams on hold anymore. You may be having that conversation with somebody close to you. Like, okay, it's time to fulfill this. I can help you do it, but you may be guiding somebody, if you manage somebody, if you are a supervisor, a life coach, if you are a leader of some sort. I feel like you may be having that conversation and inspiring somebody, possibly a child in your life, probably an adult child in your life. Okay, no more putting dreams on hold. How are we going to get this done? Or how are you going to get this done? It's go time. Someone has fear because of a letdown in the past. That's very present, and that feels very present all month. It's important to be honest with yourself, and not just about the loss, but how you may have participated. It's okay to recognize that you participate. That's how we shift to the energy of being empowered, not feeling like life is happening to us, knowing that we take the reins, knowing that we are actually manifesting what shows up for us. Some of what hasn't worked out in the past was not meant to work out, because there's something bigger and better. There's a bigger and better blessing. But I do feel like for some of you, that is a conversation you are having with somebody. You're pulling somebody out of maybe a slump, or it could just be just a very encouraging conversation maybe you're used to having with those around you. But it's very relevant for one person in particular. I think for many of you, this is just directly your message. Wow, I said sprinkles and elements of fate. This is fate. This is your first outcome card. Soon you will see why. As long as you don't get stuck and lost in fear and feeling like there's a void of something, and you do take steps forward. Even if the step forward is just keeping an open mind and coming full circle with peace as to why something ended or didn't work out. Ooh, is this fate big for you? But again, it's literally like this visual of just like, okay, I'm just sprinkling. It's so cute. I just got this visual of if you've ever had fish in a fish tank. Okay, it's feeding time for you little fishies. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of, your food on top. Spirit's like, well, I'm just, okay, beautiful Capricorn, I'm just going to sprinkle a little, faded, inspirational food for you here. And And you come up when you're ready for it, and I see you eager for that energy. It's needed. Okay, it's been asked for. Prayers have been answered. Prayers will be answered this month. Whoa, this is such great energy for you. Fate, fated people, fated contracts, fated new commitments, fated new business, fated new ventures. Those sprinkles may turn in to a complete life change for the better. New commitments, okay? For some of you, this is in love. For some of you, you may not be open to this being in love, but for some of you, it's in love. It's somebody that you can grow side by side with. Someone who nurtures those fated moments. Someone who's open to the fate with you. Not someone who will block it. Someone who's very much in alignment with that good energy. Someone who shows up with good energy. Spirit just says somebody who's ready to go now. Someone who's ready to go now. That feels like a fated new partner who will come in. Someone who needs you, you know? I'm getting a really beautiful, like, complement of energy, of personalities, of talents. All of this followed by, it's time to go. Who and what did you leave, or do you need to leave so that you can call this fate in? Okay? It's go time. For some of you, it's go time isn't just the new beginning, but it's the closing the door so that you can have the new beginning. And I know that that's a hard message. I know that that can be a really hard message. The challenge is that you see so much love that it's so hard to let go, and there's still so much love there. But you also have to see what you sacrifice to settle, okay? This isn't just in romantic relationships. This applies to family. This applies to career. This applies to a specific job. Spirit actually just said it applies to a specific location. Some of you who are reluctant to move, to try a new part of the world or a new part of the country or a new state, or there's something blessed if you do. This is what comes in. But there's a part of you, even if you resist the new partners and the new journey, you've been consciously asking. This is what Spirit's showing. You've been consciously asking for this. You've been consciously asking for the fate, for the love, for the abundance, for the new life. Will you receive it the way that we're trying to give it to you, or are you going to block it because you only see it happening one way, with one person or in one place or at a specific time? Or can you honor what's showing up now? I feel like that could be the challenge for you. This could be loyalty. This could be a lot of time invested somewhere. And so it's hard. It's hard to let go when there's still love and there's still loyalty, but this is your challenge, okay? Spirit is showing you that momentum forward brings incredible results, but that you do need to move forward. It may require some of you to close some significant doors, but you will be very quickly rewarded if you do. Bottom of the deck. Have confidence in this. Have confidence. Again, I feel like some of you really are having this conversation with somebody. Have confidence and see love in whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, so that it manifests in a way that is truly of the highest good. In a way that universe surprises you with the blessings of how good life, the goals can get, the best of the best. But I do feel like you have confidence, though. I don't feel like you're struggling. If anything, I feel like you're teaching somebody else to reconnect from a place of self-love, to really vamp up that self-esteem. Your self-esteem comes through very strong. The only place I see it a little shaky is if you have to walk away from a situation this month, okay? I know with all this fate and commitment, for some of you, this applies to love. And look, if it applies to love, is there the possibility that you could get stuck in that space of not wanting to let go and holding on to the energy and clinging on so tight that you miss blessings? Sure. But I'm feeling this energy of Capricorn showing up saying, like, whatever I have to do. Whatever I have to do to be happy, I'm willing. I'm willing to take steps forward, to make some sacrifices, to close some doors, to take some big risks, because I've sacrificed too much where I'm at. You know, it's really coming full circle with peace. Okay, universe, even if it gets difficult, I know you've got my back and I'm ready to go. So let's see how this applies to love. Capricorn in love. Capricorn in love, August 2020. There's beauty on the other side of the pain. I just channeled there's beauty. There's beauty on the other side of the pain. Sometimes the only way to get to the beauty, to get to the light, is to go through that dark time, is to humble a little bit, to honor the pain and the grief. I think some of you are closing doors. You may be closing doors this month. Or you're very close. I'm feeling like you might be ready to go. Are you feeling ready to go? If you have the courage to make that decision, you will be rewarded with so much beauty and so much fate and so much love. Let's take a look. Capricorn in love, August 2020. This is new love. New love for those of you who've already closed those doors. Your challenge is commitment. Your challenge is commitment to somebody else. Your challenge is fully closing a door so that you can express love, so that you can be in divine flow of love, maybe be with somebody else that you love, but you can't. All right, we're going to take a look at this. This commitment, okay, in the cross position is past tense. This is the one who is meant to come in, the person you would like to express love to, but this isn't over. It's time to let go. If you're holding on to someone or something where the love has completely fizzled, it is costing you not a little bit. It's not even costing you a lot. Spirit's saying it's costing you everything. It's costing you your physical health. It's costing you your mental health. It's costing you your joy. And it's blocking people who are ready and willing to come in and show up and love you. Okay, now you may be having this experience with a partner. But it comes through really strong for you, Capricorn. Worth waiting for? I don't know. Someone's been doing too much waiting. Someone's been putting in too much effort. Yeah. Here's the thing, okay? Whoever's been doing all the waiting knows that this is a soulmate, but they also know that they can't do this anymore. So you may be closing the door. That may be the catalyst to close the door, but then they need to extend forgiveness. If you walk away from somebody at this time, you need to extend forgiveness. There's a part of you that may feel a little resentful, okay? But the outcome that you've been waiting so long for hasn't come full circle. Now, it doesn't mean there aren't partners here that aren't worth waiting for, but it's the ones that aren't taking steps forward with you. Those are the ones who are going to get left behind at this time. Now, if you have a partner who is making the effort to move forward with you, I mean, you're golden. There's so much love there. But are you going to wait forever? I feel like somebody is stuck because they themselves are codependent and they don't know that. It's sort of a masked illusion that maybe the problem is just the partner they're afraid to walk away from. Well, I can't leave this person because they need me because of X, Y, and Z, but the reality comes from something a little fractured on the inner child level, okay? Or the relationship with inner child. Like, I'm afraid to not be needed elsewhere. I'm afraid if I let this go, even though it's toxic for me, what if I'm not needed? What if people abandon me again? What if I have to spend time alone? There is some codependence, so if you feel like this is you, you may want to reach out and get a little bit of help with this, okay? So that you know how to take healthy steps forward. But if you're doing the spiritual work around codependence, work with the inner child. This is also coming through as inner child here too, okay? There's something triggering some degree of codependence. Now, it may not be true textbook codependence here. This may have nothing to do with addictions. But I get the sense of someone feeling like they may not be needed. Will you choose to be needed by a toxic partner? Is that more important to you than being free with someone who will love you for the right reasons and bring you joy? And maybe they don't need you to fix all of their problems. Maybe they could leave and be happy and move on with their life too. But what if they choose to stay? Will you sacrifice that experience for the person who makes you feel comfortable? Again, I think some of you may be having this conversation with a partner. Like, it's not just them. It's you. You're participating because there's a part of you that is deeply afraid to leave. There's a part of you that feels It's not even insecurity. It's so much deeper than that. It's almost like a trauma gets triggered, even though they need to go. Now, for those of you in committed relationships, it's important that, there is still love here. For those of you in committed relationships and you're not ready to walk away from somebody, and that's not even a thought on your mind, okay? For some of you, this codependent, this could be with a family member. This doesn't necessarily have to be your significant other or even you. Or you may be acting a little codependent toward a family member, or enabling a codependent family member, okay? It does come through an impact commitment here. But I am feeling this tremendous amount of energy around Capricorn or Capricorn's partner being truly honest with where they stand in the relationship and why they're still there, okay? If you know you're with this person and that love is very much intact, if you know that they are the one, you focus on healing and tweaking some things this month, okay? I don't see separations. For those of you who are still expressing love, now for those of you who've gone silent, there are some issues here because I'm feeling some Capricorns, some Capricorn partners. It's like you've cut off communication. How did that happen? When did you stop communicating? That is an issue. There could be a break because of that if that lingers too much longer, or somebody who's waiting to get back together and all of a sudden there's a break in communication, okay? That could be a true tipping point for someone to just say, you know what? We can't fix this, obviously. I'm moving on. I see something being resolved nonetheless. So if you do make the effort to heal with a partner, this gets resolved through offering forgiveness. The codependence, like somebody needs to be forgiven for being codependent. Somebody needs to be forgiven for being the enabler. Through compassion, understanding, okay, that behavior isn't healthy, but I understand why it exists. I understand what they've been through and why they're so challenged with this in their life. Codependence or addictions or needing to be the enabler, needing to always be the healer to everybody in their life. Something heals at this time. Do I think that there's beautiful energy around love here? Absolutely, I do. But I think that you will be triggered and a bit challenged throughout August, okay? Especially later on in the month. As you get closer to Virgo season, I'm seeing some sort of challenge arise. It feels like it's the make or break it point for those of you in committed relationships, or for those of you who are waiting for somebody to be available or for somebody to come back. It feels a little make or break because somebody is unwilling to be stuck. And we've been talking about that a little bit. Over the last month, we spoke about this. Not being stuck anymore in a space for somebody. If you decide to move on, try as hard as you can to offer forgiveness from the get-go. Understand, I don't feel like there's someone in the picture trying to hurt you. There is this element of innocence. That could also be children in the picture too. They may have been sticking it out. You may have been sticking something out for a child. Offering that compassion from that place of understanding. Okay, I'm not accepting bad behavior. It is time to move on with my life. Or I'm not accepting something that is unhealthy or unavailable for me. I'm moving on, but I understand. I understand why you are where you're at, and I understand why this was still so important for me to experience with you. I do feel a little bit of a make or break point right around the cusp of, say, like a Leo going into Virgo season. Okay, so think, I was getting the 22nd for Aries. I was picking up the 22nd very strongly for Aries. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries. I would say after the 22nd of the month, okay? So really, for some of you, this may extend into Virgo season, not Leo season anymore, but it's right around that cusp and that transitional point. But can you get through this? Absolutely, as long as you're communicating and you're both consciously healing, okay? For those of you single, don't be waiting for one particular person. Make the effort. Spirit's saying make the effort to tie up any loose ends. So if you do still have any connections to codependent partners, if they're still calling you, trying to contact you, cut off, go no contact so that you can move on with your life. Because this just keeps jumping out. There is a lot of love here for you. Someone does love you very much, but you need to love yourself the most. You need to love yourself the most. And then make steps forward accordingly. You are not, it's almost like Spirit saying you're not allowed to sit and wait anymore. We're going to push you forward, so you're either going to choose to do it or we're going to force you to do it, but it's time to move forward. I do think some of your partners will be moving forward with you, but it requires open communication and conscious healing at this time. But there is really big love here in the mix, but there's some challenge, okay? So if you feel like you need more clarity or you need help with this challenge and this trigger, reach out to me. I'm available for private readings. I'm available for energy healing work. I want to stress this in your reading. My specialty is energy healing. I'm a shaman. You guys know I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. I do all sorts of readings, but my specialty is energy healing. For some of you, you need to get some energy healing done, or it would benefit a partner, okay? It doesn't have to be with me, but I am here for you if you feel like you can benefit from that. I will be back mid-month for your mid-month love reading. In the meantime, I'm sending so much love, light, and gratitude. Capricorn, don't sacrifice your happiness because you're attached to a specific outcome or you're loyal to somebody who is keeping you in an unhealthy cycle. It's time for you to choose you. Love yourself the most now. It's all about self-love, okay? I'll see you back here soon. Love you guys. Ciao.